Have you ever wondered if you could beat Skyrim with just the Ebony Mail? So did I. So that's why I'm gonna give it a shot. It doesn't seem like anybody else has tried this out yet, so I'm gonna be the first, I think. What does this challenge really entail? Well, the Ebony Mail is a Daedric artifact from Boethia. It is ebony armor with an enchantment that deals 10 poison damage per second to any enemy that's nearby, as in, like, within melee distance. It also activates whenever you're sneaking and gives you a pretty hearty sneak boost. So whenever we want to deal damage to any kind of enemy, we need to use the Ebony Mail. We're going to start off by siding with Rayloff just at the beginning here for no particular reason. It was just like the closer door. So as you can see, like during this combat, I'm just going to run around and avoid everybody because I can't hurt them. I got on just some scraps, so I have no armor. I'm not going to use that war axe. I'm going to be looting most everything I come across, whether it's bodies or containers, because I just need to get as much starting currency as I can. I need to have a hearty investment, some might say. I'm also going to be making sure to grab every ingredient I can come across on my way through Helgen, as well as from Helgen to Whiterun, because potions are going to be a huge aspect of this run. Once we leave Helgen, we head straight to Whiterun, grabbing stuff on the way. We head to the traders to drop off some junk, all the stuff we looted. Then we get to Whiterun, get ourselves inside. We grab all the lavender around like a maniac because, hey, that's our lavender. We want it. It's for our machinations. We make some potions with all this junk we've collected along the way. We then sell a whole bunch of them potions to Arcadia, who we're going to be seeing a lot of, to say the least. We're going to be training with her in alchemy, and stealing all that gold back. And we're going to do this for a while. This might seem a little like it's cheating to some people, because you're like just save scumming, just quick saving, then quick loading when you get caught. It's a super simple way to buff any skill and your pickpocket at the same time. I did it till my alchemy was above 50 and my pickpocket got to 60. From here we have a hardy investment, so we're gonna go to Dawnstar. We're then gonna get ambushed by a bunch of bodyguards while we're trying to wait for the caravan. This was not fun. We hide on a roof for a little while to try and avoid them. It works well enough. Eventually we get the courage to run down and find the chest where the caravan keeps all their goods. We grab all the soul gems, the pelts, anything of real value. We're gonna go back to Whiterun. We're gonna sell all of this junk to everybody we come across. We're gonna go back to Arcadia's. We're gonna make more potions. So we sell more potions. I get some Illusion's fan mail. And then I decide that I want to, not exist anymore. So I leave through this gap in the wall, run around to the side of the forge, steal from a man right under his nose so he can't provide for his family. We go back to Arcadia. We save scum even more. There's just so much. We're doing all this so we can get the perfect touch perk from the pickpocket tree. That's how you can take off equipped armor from people. So we're going to keep on doing this for a couple hours until our pickpocket is finally 100, and we have some of the steps in motion to start the run. But before then, we go to Dragon's Reach, talk to Farengar, we buy Muffle from him, and then we're going to start our campaign in illusory magic. We're going to use Muffle about a bajillion times for a while, until we get our illusion up pretty high. We're going to go to Markarth, and then we're going to talk to Gorza Grabagal. We're going to get her to train us in smithing. We're going to do that as much as we can at each individual moment. Then we're going to substitute the rest of the experience with illusory magic. This takes a while. I get some guy's number. I do more illusory magic. I do it very well. In fact, I've got... my illusion is almost at level 90 at this point. In fact, I've done this all so well that I get challenged by this random man on the street. This is a problem, because I can't fight him. I try to get him to hit the guards by accident. It doesn't work. I die. I end up hiding behind this pillar, giving him the slip to run back into the city. I really don't want to mess with this guy in any way. I can't find any way to get him hurt, so I end up hiding. I managed to give him the slip near the ruins by just sitting around and waiting for them to lose my trail. And when he does, I start my my muffling again. We're so close. So, finally, I managed to get my illusion up to level 94, and I make it to level 30. And now the quest can begin. Why? Because the Call of Boethia starts at level 30. So we're going to go to Candlehearth Hall in Windhelm. We're going to find this man, Stenvar. We're going to bring him with us. We run ahead of him for most of this, so he doesn't end up following us and getting into any combat. We do steal from a couple farms along the way. Why? I don't know. Why not? They don't need it. I see Mike the Liar getting chased by a frost troll, who I then also run away from, because I can't kill that thing yet. But I managed to give him a slip coming up the hill. This also starts the quest, Boethia's Calling. And this is where things get a little complicated. I wait around for Stenvar. He's here. Easy peasy. If we look at our stats and our combat, we haven't killed anybody. We haven't hurt anything. We're gonna get Stenvar to use the Pillar of Surprise right here. Surprise! Surprise! Okay. So, in order for us to, get this done, we need to kill him. But we can't kill him. So what do? We steal from these guys until they get mad at us. She gets stuck here, but that's fine. Nobody else is aggroed, so it's just her. This is kind of where an issue with this run comes up, because it doesn't really matter who kills your companion there. As long as they're dead, that counts as your kill. No matter who it is, as far as I can tell. If somebody can find a way around this, please let me know. But as of right now, we need to get some blood in our hands. But that's okay. It's required for the run. So this is the first required kill. When Boethia shows up, we don't really pay much mind to them. We don't care about the dialogue. We're gonna see that we have that one kill under our belt. We find a good place to hide, watch the mayhem unfold. As soon as Boethia here dies, however, something weird kind of happens that I didn't know. Because they kind of reincarnate the body, when that character dies, it counts as your kill, which is kind of annoying, but we'll work with it. When the cultists are kind of whittled away and there's one left, we bait them down to the frost troll just down the hill here. At first I was kind of concerned this wouldn't work, like they would stop following me, but luckily they continued following me, and it worked pretty handily. The only problem now was that Boethia was down there with the troll, so I hid for a bit again. Luckily, that troll can't actually hurt Boethia anymore. It just kind of follows along like a lost puppy, taking a couple swings. So I wait here for Boethia to come up. Sure enough, they do, and they talk to me through the wall, as any god would do. I get the quest to go kill the dude, and with that Boethia conduit dead, we also see we now have our third and final required kill. And now, we need to do one of the hardest parts of the run, I would say. So we go to Falkreath, we make our way to Knife Point Ridge, we then forget that we need to buy a potion from Arcadia, we then buy the potion from Arcadia, and then we go back to Knife Point Ridge. At the start here, I kind of tried to be sneaky, I suppose, but that didn't really work out, so I kind of said screw it and kept on running. tried to be sneaky again, said screw it a second time, ran again. I went straight ahead to this door here, opened that up, lickety-split. Lickety-ish split. We crouch down and we hop over to this ridge here, jump over. We're going to climb on top of these boxes and barrels and hide on top of this roof for a little while. While I'm up here, I'm just going to show that, haven't killed anything, just still been the first 3. We're going to wait around until they don't aggro with us anymore. One weird thing is that this main guy here with the quest marker above his head, that he actually aggroes against all the other bandits in the mine, which can be kind of funny. If you just wait around long enough, he ends up killing most everybody else. But soon enough, they forget that we exist, and we manage to get up in there. Slowly sneak over, open his inventory. After quick saving, we grab our potion of paralysis, throw that in his butt. He gets paralyzed, we pickpocket him, and we grab the Ebony Mail. Because he's paralyzed, even though it's a 0% chance, we get it. We quickly save as soon as we can. Then we open our inventory and put on the mail. And finally, we can start the run true. We just kind of make a beeline for it here. There isn't really anything we want here, and I kind of just want to get this run done as quick as I can. So we make our way outside. We manage to give them the slip by hopping on down all these mountains. When we're eventually in the clear, we're gonna open up our map. We're gonna fast travel over to Riverwood here. We're gonna start our adventure into Bleak Falls Barrow, and along the way, get the first kill. And what is it? A wolf. As you can see, it doesn't do damage very quickly, so we're going to be tanking a lot of the damage that we take. Along the way to Bleak Falls Barrow, we run into a troll. We just kind of avoid that. No sense trying to kill that thing for like an hour or so. We're also not going to really mess with any of the bandits here at the tower. They don't got anything we want. We can get by them just fine. We're going to do the same over here at the entrance to the temple, simply because, again, I want to get this done as fast as I can. I'm really just going to be a damage sponge for a lot of this. There's only a few enemies that you need to kill yourself. Inside Bleak Falls Barrow, we're going to ignore these guys, start the Golden Claw quest. We're going to make our way to the puzzle room, do this puzzle up, lickety-split, 1, 1, 1, and then 2, 3. There we go. Miss the lever on the way over, not realize why it's opening. Do the lever again. You need to do this for the run to work. We make our way downstairs to the webs, where we kind of run into a bit of a problem. I, at first, didn't really want to try and hit these things myself, so I tried to get this plunderer to do it. That didn't really end up working out so well, and if anything, I was just wasting time. So I did the only reasonable thing, and I decided to punch my way through it. And from this point on, any webbing we come across, we can just punch through. So punching Arvel down, we can't actually hurt him because he's not aggroed against us, so we wait for him to die the normal way. We take the claw, and we run through the rest of the place, just tanking and tanking and tanking as we go. We grab the Word of Power, go blind for a moment, wait for Buddy to get out of his bed, stand on him, because why not? And this is one of those kills that we need to do to get the Dragonstone. So, we do that. We end up just running back and forth, healing, and then running away. It takes a while. It's not super hard, honestly. It's just time consuming more than anything. But slowly but surely, we get them whittled down. Slowly but surely. Eventually, like 10 minutes later, they finally give up the ghost. It's super satisfying when they end up going down and you can just get rid of the rest of that health. It really just feels so rewarding. We take the Dragonstone and we head to Whiterun into Dragon's Reach. And we talk then we talk to Jarl Bulgriff the Greater. We get his trinkets. We then go talk to a nerd, give him a stone. Talk to this guy, get another trinket that I don't care about. We head towards the Watchtower, and here we don't really do much. We just kind of stay inside. Dragons fly, and we can't get close to them when they're flying. So we just kind of let the guards do their thing. Earleth, she's got it. Oh, never mind. The guard's got it. Earleth does not. Eventually, this guard does take this dragon down. Coolest guard ever. We go back to the Jarl, start the way of the voice, leave before we can get our third and final trinket from this man. We fast travel to Helgen and make our way towards Iverstead. Once there, we hit up the 10,000 steps, go to High Hrothgar, avoiding every combat on the way, learn a couple of new vocabulary words. This whole section is all mandatory, so all the shouting and all of the learning the words and all that stuff you need to do. Outside, instead of using Whirlwind Sprint, I decided to just run forward. It works just the same. I want to do as minimal, unnecessary shouting as we can. We get the quest for Jorgen Wingcaller. We head to Whiterun again. We go to Morthal. We ignore all the bandits outside of Ustengrav, as well as most everything inside of Ustengrav. What a pile. We use Whirlwind Sprint only once, just to get through this door here, because it's mandatory. I can't find any other way to do it that doesn't involve a plate. We bust through more webbing, while spiders bite our butt. Get into here, hold the chain, mock some spiders, get the note. We head back to Riverwood, ignore the cultists coming up the way by avoiding them. Yeah, I said that. Avoid them by avoiding them. What are you going to do about it? Anyways, so we go and talk to Delphine. Finally inside, we talk to Delphine. She takes us to her basement, and then we get her quest to go to Kynesgrove to kill the dragon. Now what we need to do is we need to get some equipment. Not for us, though. We're going to grab only one glass arrow right here, because if an NPC has at least one arrow, they can fire as many of those as they want. We're also going to grab this glass bow, because, you know, it's one of the few things we can afford that do a lot of damage. We're going to sneak these into Delphine's inventory while taking the rest of her weapons, so she can only use the glass stuff. At Kynesgrove, we need to kill Solaknir. Something that kind of sucks is that I don't know if the armor actually hurts dragons, and if it does, it's such a minimal amount that it doesn't even matter. Luckily, with me tanking the damage, Delphine is able to kill the dragon. Only thing I'm doing is just healing and letting the dragon bite me. After killing the dragon, we get our quest to go to the Thalmor Embassy, which is a fairly straightforward part of this run. We go to Solitude, we ignore the public execution, we talk to our man Malborn, we give him only a few things. First and foremost, we're going to give them our armor. We're also going to give them all of our gold, our lockpicks, and for some reason all of our dragon stuff. I don't know why, I just kind of wanted to. We're going to talk to Delphine, we're going to get our stuff put on that we need to put on, unfortunately, so we can't wear the Ebony Mail to the party. We get in the carriage, go to the party, get Razalan to make a distraction. We can sneak into the back and grab our stuff. Once he does that, we sneak into the back and grab our stuff. This was kind of a hard decision to make, because I wanted to try and sneak through and use that part of the Ebony Mail, but, well, I tried it for a second and then I just kind of booked it. There's no shame in running away. Once we're in the other building, we head straight for the chest so we can get down into the basement as fast as possible. We could try and sneak, like I said, but that's already kind of thrown out the window. Once we're downstairs, it's just a mad dash towards the chest to grab Esbern's file. These Thalmor soldiers aren't really much of an issue. The wizards kind of are, because they have that the lightning magic, which drains your magicka. But once we get a couple of these guys down, we steal the key, we make our way down into the trapdoor, into the cave. There is a troll in here, but we're going to ignore that by just running straight forward, and we make our escape. Back in Riverwood, we get our new quest to go find Esbern and the Ratways. We go to Riften, we go into the Bee and the Barb. Not to find Brynjolf, although that is kind of what the quest wants us to do. You see, I only use a few mods for this run. A couple things like Skyrim in color, clear water, sky UI, you know, just aesthetic visual mods. Nothing mechanical that could give me any sort of clear advantage in the game. Except for one. I can't find him down here, and it's a little concerning. I'm kind of wondering if I forgot to put him in, and if all of my progress thus far is null and void, because I forgot to add this one man. But lo and behold, there he is. Nicolas Cage. The one true companion. You see, Nicolas Cage would just kind of put in here as a bit when I started recording, but he comes back into play much later. Think of him as a Chekhov's Cage, for instance. He does give us some money here and try to come with us, but we tell him to sit back down, and honestly, I don't even want his money. So we part ways, and we leave his gold in the chest right across from him. I don't actually think it's his, but I'm going to give it back to him anyways. We do get a bounty for that, though, so that sucks. Anyways, in the Ratways, we run past all these guys, down over to here, where we're going to unlock the door, which is done and won. Said done and won. Oh, hey, okay. We're going to go into the back, into the, what are these called? The Ratway Vaults. Always forget what they're called. We're going to make our way through here until we find this man. Kinyalkir. Oh, and that guard. Forgot about him. We ignore him, more or less, and we wait for Nakir to die. The guard actually helps out with that. It takes us a while, but we do manage to kill the guard. It's just a little monotonous, because it's a lot of healing, running away. But here with Nakir, we take his chef's hat, and we wear it. Because, yeah, why wouldn't I want to wear a chef's hat? I'm a good cook. The guard finally succumbs to my stinky. We see Sylvanius. We leave him alone. He gets to live another day, and we talk to Esbern. We run through the rest of the Ratways at this point, ignoring every enemy. Esbern is immortal, so he's not going to die. We're going to go back to Riverwood. They're going to meet back up. They're going to chat for a while, which is always such good content. Downstairs, Esbern breaks out some sick moves with a forward moonwalk, I think. We end up going to find the Alduin's Wall, that quest that I always forget about is part of this. That dragon is taking care of these Forsworn, that we can sneak into Karthspire pretty easily. From here, we just kind of bum rush these puzzles with these guys chasing us. The first one, and the second one out of the way. We cross the bridge, up the stairs, and to the door. We cut our hand to get some blue jelly out. I don't know why I said blue jelly. It should be red, I think. With the seal activated, we make our way inside. Inside the temple, Esbern just talks for a long time, but I skipped that, so we got our quest to go get the dragon around Shout, so we're going to start that right away. We head to High Hrothgar first, where we get yelled at by a bunch of old men for bringing them their horn again. Very uncomfortable, all this yelling. Very unprofessional. Before learning Clear Skies, we're going to go to Winterhold to get a jump start on getting the Elder Scroll. So we're going to go to Septimus and his hideout over here across the ice. It's always fun hopscotching. We finally get to Septimus, we get the sphere and the square to get into Blackreach. We save. We make our way to Alfdund, starting at the top, making our way down through the bottom to try and find the rest of everything. This looks like it'll be important later. Inside Elfton, cool thing about the enchantment on the Ebony Mail is that it's technically counted as an effect, so even things that are immune to poison will take damage within its radius. We make our way down to Blackreach, and we head to the Tower of Mazark. Just kind of ran through Blackreach, so there's not much to show. If you've played Skyrim as much as I have, you've got the scroll probably about a good dozen times now, so I'm not even going to waste any of your time on this. We're going to grab the scroll, we're going to head out, go back to the men upstairs, use Clear Skies only 3 times. The first time at the beginning, over here at the bridge, where there's even more impassable wind, goodbye goat, and we're going to use it a 3rd and final time right here before the Throne of the World. This is another part of the game where we need to use a shout, like we have to progress. It's just a fire breath once on Parthenax, so we can talk to him. By the way, his name is Party Snacks in my game. Why? Because I'm just better than you. That's why. We show him the Elder Scroll, we go to the time wound, I save really quickly so that I can always come back to here if I need to. We're gonna sit through this annoying flashback that you can't do anything in, and now we're gonna attempt to fight Alduin for the first time. We need to use Dragon Run no matter what run, because I don't think he takes any damage when he's in the sky. Plus, if he's up in the sky, our stank can't reach him. Now what sucks is that during this first attempt here, I couldn't find any way to damage him. Nothing I could do could hurt him. Like if I was right up in his face, he wouldn't take any damage, or at least not any damage that I can notice. Like if his health was just so insanely high, but there was just no change to his health bar whatsoever. Even Parthenax couldn't do any damage with his fire breath, which kind of sucked. Like you can see here, fire breath on Alduin, no damage. He's just gonna burn me until I almost die again. So we kind of need to, we need to say defeat. We can't get through this this way. So we load our save back before the time wound, like so. And now, this is going to be one of the hardest parts of the run. We need to go against the run. We're going to go back to Riften. And if you know where I'm going with this, you should be excited. There's only one man who can help us. Nicky Cage. We get him to come with us. And with that 500 gold, we get him some equipment. Just a shield and some arrows. Nothing too incredible. Oh, we also give him some fancy clothes, because we deserve fancy Nicky Cage. He deserves a lot. He's a very busy man. Right, Nick? Yeah. After sitting through this whole ordeal for the second time, here we are, again. The same thing kind of happens. I just need to use Dragon Rend no matter what. Even when Nicolas Cage does hit Alduin with an arrow, when he's up in the air, it doesn't do any damage. But speaking of damage, Nicolas Cage does a fuckload of damage. Like, just an unnecessarily huge amount of damage. And I should have seen that coming. But I didn't. I'm gonna keep it. You know, the same result would have happened no matter what companion I got. But, you know, if it had to be Nicolas Cage, I'm glad it was. When it kind of sits around for a bit here, jabbering on, I do try to get Nicolas Cage to attack Alduin, but that doesn't work. They're like not even an entity they can interact with. But once they fly away, we get Nicolas Cage out of our life forever, never to be seen again in the rest of the run. Back in Whiterun, we talk to the Jarl to negotiate a truce so that we can trap a dragon in his palace. So to start that, we go to Arngir. We need to talk to him for a bit, get his stuff. We're going to go to Jarl Ulfric, convince him to come. Doesn't really take much. And then we're going to go to General Tullius. He takes a little more, but that's fine, because it's ultimately, I can always get him to come no matter what, I think, right? I don't think there's a possibility where I just can't. Is there? Is there a way to just screw up the meeting? Can you just, like, not succeed? I don't know if that's possible, but I skip over most of that because you guys that doesn't matter to you. You're not here for the politics of Skyrim. We're gonna go up to the top here, and call this man, see him get a snack. Oh, never mind, not a snack. We wait for the guards to kind of try to whittle them down with their arrows. The Jarl is immortal, so eventually Odahviing makes its way down. We lead them into here, and they fall directly into our sweet, sweet little trap. Isn't that right? Gotcha! I wanted to see what would happen if I was on the trap when they opened it up. Results were cool, very fun. Not entirely what I was expecting. We hop onto Odahviing, make our way to this hellscape, and like most other places so far, we're going to ignore everything. Mainly because there's like 4 dragons here or something. Like it's so much, and I only have armor to fight with. We're gonna make our way through these puzzles with our enemies dying around us. It's really just such a pile. Just a big old pile of messes. Make our way through this web with our fist, get trapped by the spider for a little bit, but no matter, everything but falls to us eventually. Get through another puzzle in a record time, go to Skull Elfin Temple. We get trapped by a couple of Draugr, but they also succumb to our stinkiness over time, and we head through down to this Scourge Lord. This is the second enemy that we need to like run around and kill and just do like super monotony because they have the Dragon Claw on them. This ends up taking a long time as well, just like in Bleak Falls Barrow. But again, it's not necessarily hard, it's just time consuming. You know, a lot of running back and forth, using healing magic, but eventually they give up the ghost and fall to their knee and take in all of our stink. Taking the claw, we make our way through, and we run right past the staff and that man, straight to Sovngarde. We find Soon, challenge him. It doesn't go very well, because I forgot how huge Sun was. So, we just kind of get our stuff wrecked by him. He's very, very mean, very big, very beefy. We do it again, but this time we use our Orcish Rage, which I haven't used up until this point, so we can have all of our damage. Luckily, Sun doesn't need to die for us to get through here, but it's very, very nerve-wracking. With Sun defeated, we go into the Hall of Jorrvaskr, get these guys, we go outside, we yell into the sky. During this fight, it's going to be a lot of me running around, healing, and just overall kind of avoiding Alduin, letting these 3 kind of take the brunt of the action. That is on purpose, because, again, I don't think the armor does anything. And then Alduin showed up, which was, you know, a little intense, a little scary at first, because I didn't see him show up. After a while, I yell at him enough to come down, and the boys and girl do their thing. They just go ham. I'm peeking out from corners, yelling at him at any available opportunity, but I'm just keeping my distance. I do not want any slice of that pie they're making over there. Eventually, they get in on him, and they stab him a whole bunch until he gets to this point. I get in, try to tank a bit more damage, but it's all for naught. This battle has been won. With Alduin standing here, unable to move, just waiting for me to do the final blow while I try to get a good shot here, a cool looking shot for this end of the video. I did not beat Skyrim with just the Ebony Mail. I mean, that could be up to interpretation, but I do think that I failed this challenge a little bit. I did as much as I could. I implore anybody to try and do better. I would love to see somebody tackle this challenge. And thank you for watching. This has been hell to make. Thank you.